retesting $400, and ETH is going for 3,300. All right, I'll have a look at all of those. So this is TRVL. Let me go to the Bybit chart. Get rid of these now. So I had this weekly level marked from, that was our new weekly level that we've printed, right? And we have this historic weekly level there, and then we have our weekly level higher. So we have 3 levels now that the price is ranging in between. When you look at all of the exchanges, get rid of these, you can kind of see how the price is moving. It came down to the weekly level, it bounced. There's a little bit of a difference in the volume range on the different exchanges. This is KuCoin, and so we came into the weekly level that we'd formed, and now we've bounced up, which is expected behavior. And you see the if I look at the volume, this is a sell, 208,000. This was a sell, 160,000. The price is kind of flung back up. I think it's possibly because of Bybit, actually. When I look at Gate didn't, it sold into it, but then it's been bought back up. So where in KuCoin there was some selling, on Gate there's been buying. When I look at MEX, you had one big sell here, 227,000, and then it was buy into the weekly level. So whoever sold that was selling in the wrong place, basically. They sold into support. And then on Bybit, we had pretty good volume yesterday. We had 179,000 buy right at the bottom. And then just recently we had about 112,000. When I look at this, actually what you're seeing is, let me pull that now, buying all the way up, and then we just had recently, just in the last hour, we had an 82,000 sell. That was a market sell, okay? And the price is still back above the point of control. I don't think it's looking bearish, to be honest with you. When I'm looking at the volume range, what I'm seeing with TRVL is that we're just ranging at the moment. We're ranging, consolidating underneath a key resistance area. And when I was looking at the 3-day chart, with these candles that are forming, I'm seeing some kind of consolidation range. I'm seeing a nice healthy consolidation range, kind of similar to this range that we saw here before the price expanded up. Now, I don't know if the price, I think the price, I mean, it's always possible that the price heads down to go up. It's always possible. I don't know if it's going to range in a tight range here, or if the price is now going to look to expand up a bit more. But at the moment, what I'm seeing is that the price is stuck. It's stuck between this lower weekly level, this mid historic weekly level, and this upper weekly level. So, and what you can see is that the volume range is formed now, and probably for the time being, what you're going to see is the price just ranging, potentially. It could just range. Yeah. Now, sure, it could go up and try and test the highs again, come back and test the lows again. Like, we just, this could range for a while. I can't really see anything else other than we're in a range. There's no reason to get bearish on TRVL right now. The price doesn't give me any hints of bearishness at all. And yesterday when I saw the price down at the lows, I bought. Yeah, so I was like, okay, this is good, little dip, and I just bought. That was my candle there. I didn't buy crazy amounts. I don't always, I'm always dollar cost averaging. That was my candle. I just bought. Why not? Just buy. Yeah, so we're just in a bit of a range right now. When I look at BTC, I can see that there's a little bit of a pullback on BTC. This is very normal, because on BTC, as you can see, we're ranging too. Yeah, so we're still range bound in this volume range. And as BTC went up, TRVL's pulled back, and we're not there yet, but we're coming back into support again. I think this is quite a healthy consolidation range. There's no reason to get bearish on TRVL. The price action doesn't support bearishness right now at all. If I look at the ETH chart, it's kind of similar. There are some lower highs here. There are some higher lows here. So we're coming into support right now. And we see that follows through. So absolutely no reason to get bearish on TRVL. It's kind of following Bitcoin a little bit, in the sense that it either preludes Bitcoin or it chases Bitcoin. But when you're looking at the BTC chart, it's kind of following. It's very similar. Now, whether this goes up and down, it might look bearish, because you're thinking to TR, this is down 15% from the high of this range compared to BTC. And so when you look at the USD price chart, you know, these are quite, for a lot of people, if they entered up the top, they're thinking to themselves, damn, I'm down 8% on my position. And so the best strategy for a low market cap coin like TRVL is just continuously dollar cost averaging into the dips. But I don't actually see bearishness yet. I see healthy consolidation underneath key resistance. Now, looking at all of the charts, it's pretty much saying the same thing. There is something that I want to happen. I do want this point of control to either fall into the lower part of the range, or I do want the point of control to flip into support. And so we're not there yet, and that will be quite nice, because if we are able to somehow flip this into support, then the price will probably head up quite fast. The reason why it'll probably head up quite fast is because this drop was a low volume drop. It formed no resistance on the drop, so there's if the price starts to move up again, there's going to be no resistance to go back up. But we're not there yet, because at the moment we're range bound. Effectively, this is our range, and the price could do this for a while, and we'll just have to see what happens with the price. And this, as far as I'm concerned, this is a deviation from the range, and this is a little deviation from the range. So we have this slightly lower weekly level that's quite important. It's already back tested it once, and when you look at the weekly chart, you see the price has come all the way down and it's pushed back up. So there is a definite weekly level there, and that's a weekly time frame level. So obviously, as this week is going to close, we don't really want to close down there. That's not going to be good. We don't want to close underneath this level. So let's see if the low has been put in here. The 3-day candle closed bearish. The reason why it closed bearish is because it closed underneath this previous wick, but it's bounced off the weekly level. So even though it's closed underneath this wick, it's come back into the weekly level and it's come back up. And so at the moment, what I'm seeing on TRVL is that we're range bound. We're range bound in the highs, and effectively what's happening with TRVL is that we are consolidating underneath a key resistance level. That's what's happening. It's just consolidation on the underneath resistance, and that is bullish. It's bullish to consolidate underneath resistance, because eventually what's going to happen, one of two things. Either the sellers are going to give up and the price is going to go up, or the buyers will give up and then the price is going to go down. So we're kind of at that place where the price could go either way. But because we have been making higher lows, yeah, if the trend continues, we should be looking to make a higher low somewhere, and then potentially we could go up and get into the next range effectively. So for me, I think 6 cents, I said, was quite an important resistance level, and I wouldn't mind seeing the price go up and then start doing the same thing, just making new ranges level to level. I don't think that's a bad price action. Are we going to see an impulse? I think we are eventually. I don't know when it's going to happen. I can't predict that. I can't see any impulse in our price action at the moment. And logically, it might make sense that the impulse is going to happen after we break resistance, and so we're not there yet. And there's two types of resistance in our way at the moment. There's a horizontal resistance, and there's this kind of historic trend line that I've got marked, which is acting as resistance. So there's quite strong resistance, but this trend line has been tapped now for the 5th time. This is the 5th time. So as levels get tapped or hit multiple times, they eventually get weaker and weaker and weaker. And the reason why is because the liquidity is taken every time by the bulls. And eventually you're going to get a situation where the price does break out. And for me, 6 cents is an arbitrary number because it's a previous range point of control. But if you start impulsing, you could impulse. It's very possible to just impulse out of this range, but potentially what we need is a little bit longer ranging potentially. Okay, and I think that's going to coincide with Bitcoin, so people need to be aware of the Bitcoin chart as well, because right now the Bitcoin chart we're locked, and so the last few days Bitcoin has been either looking weak or looking strong, and actually TRVL has been pulling back, but we are coming back into support on the Bitcoin chart. And effectively what I'm expecting is some kind of breakout. That's what I'm expecting, some kind of breakout to happen. If I do a volume pull on the whole range from the beginning to now, you can clearly see that we're now coming into the overall range point of control. So that's been acting as support, although quite a messy support, very messy support, but it is acting as support. And so it is actually going to be a good place now to start buying TRVL. And the reason why is because we're coming into the support level against Bitcoin. And so you can see here clearly support, resistance, and dare I say it, this is all support. Messy, it's a messy support, but it's a support. Again, it's a very low liquid, low market cap token, so obviously it's not going to be as precise as it would if it was a much larger cap. So I don't necessarily think this is bad. Now, if for some reason we were to drop, That wouldn't look pretty. That wouldn't look pretty, because then we've lost the point of control. Yeah. So I'm just making people aware of bearish scenarios as well. You've lost the point of control, and then you've created this bearish volume above us. So I don't necessarily think that that would be good, and I don't want that to happen at all. And so if anyone is bullish, you're watching, buy. Just defend this level, and eventually we'll move up. Eventually this is going to go up, and it will basically, what I'm looking for is recapturing this next level, this next range. That's effectively what I'm hoping for. That would be good. That's kind of what you want to see with TRVL, just level to level, and if we do get a breakout and start getting impulsive move, that will be welcome too. But really that needs to be with volume, and so we're not seeing that crazy impulsive volume yet that we want to see. So when I'm looking at the MEXC, I can see that there's been a slight dip in volume on MEXC. Maybe because MEXC is just really illiquid, I don't know. When I look at Gates, there's a slight drop in volume, very slight. On KuCoin, which was having a lot of volume in the last few weeks, there's been a slight decline in volume. You see that? And I think only Bybit has had an increase in volume, but even still, you can see that there's a slight decrease in volume as the price is going up. So effectively, you could argue that that's bearish, but at the moment the price action is bullish. It's not bearish, so I can't. It's a very slight decrease in volume. It's not crazy. If you want to go up, we want volume. We need volume. We need an increase in volume. You can't just go up with a decrease in volume, because the minute someone get in these higher prices takes profit, the price is just going to do that again. Yeah. And so you need a large volume to support price increases. You can't just assume, you know, one day the price could be trading at $1, but if it goes up on zero volume, then the minute someone takes profit, the price will be back at 5 cents or whatever. So this is quite important observation, and we just have to keep an eye on that. I'm not seeing bearishness now on TRVL. I'm just seeing consolidation underneath resistance, which is quite healthy. And even though I've got this slanted trend line, which looks like it's acting as resistance, the reality is the real resistance is a horizontal line. And so effectively, one time in the future, I'm thinking that it would be nice if we can go up, back test the horizontal line somehow to go up. But we're at quite a critical place in the charts, and for all intents purposes, we're still in an uptrend with slowly increasing in price. That's TRVL. And then what I saw yesterday in the Telegram was that there was an update. Let me see if I have my Telegram open, which I don't. Let me just open it. Let me go into let me just change my screen so people can see that. So yesterday, Cynthia, the CEO of Dtravel, made an announcement. Hey everyone, we wanted to give an update on some of the documents we've been working on, including tokenomics. We initially planned to release the tokenomics first, and after some deliberation, we will be launching the Night Protocol white paper along with a Dtravel community forum ahead of that. So she's saying that the Night Protocol white paper is coming first with a forum. The Knight protocol is the foundation to long-term TRVL value accrual, and publishing the light paper will provide more context as to why it's important when reading the revised tokenomics. You can think of each product, for example, Dtravel Direct, as a client of the Knight protocol. While these products could be successful on their own, using the protocol is what will truly drive innovation and solve many of the problems we've been focusing on. The Dtravel Community Forum is being released to support organized discussion and gather community feedback around proposal and developments like the Knight protocol. We look forward to turning this into a place where we can engage in deeper discussions and ideas. This is the order of what is to be released: Knight protocol light paper and community forum. So that's coming next, hopefully this week. Dtravel governance is next, then tokenomics, and then the community growth pilot program. We appreciate everyone's patience while we've been working hard on this crucial aspect of the next stage of Dtravel and TRVL's growth. We look forward to sharing the first piece this week and getting everyone's feedback. So basically what I'm seeing from this announcement is that the foundation of the project will be the Knight protocol, and they've decided that. So the team have decided that they're building everything based on their ideas of what the Knight protocol will be, and that will be to solve problems in the wider industry. And then when the tokenomics is released, it will be to support the Knight protocol. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. Now, I don't know what's going to be. Honestly, I haven't really seen any of this stuff. I've got some hints and I've made my comments on certain things, and I'm just one of many people. We all have to participate and we all have to communicate our thoughts. Who knows? No one really knows. And at the end of the day, like I've always been saying, it probably doesn't even really matter, because when Bitcoin eventually does break its all-time high and go into price discovery, most, if not all, of these tokens will pump, because retail will get involved and they're just going to buy at market and they're going to push the price up. Now, does this mean that the project is going to be a long-term success? I mean, there's very possible it's very possible that it will, because travel is an unoccupied space in Web3 and in crypto. And so if Dtravel decides to pioneer something, no one else is doing it, there are no competitors, no one's in the rearview mirror, so no one's chasing us, and so potentially this could succeed and it could become its own massive ecosystem on its own right. I have no idea, can't predict the future. It's not what I would have done. But, you know, who knows? Maybe this is better. Could be better. Who knows? No one knows. Maybe this is correct. I don't know. I would have done something completely different. But, you know, I'm not in charge and I'm not working on this around the clock. And so I can't see the ins and outs. Let's just wait for the Knight protocol light paper. Then we'll have a community forum, and then everyone can give their feedback. I think that's really important for everyone to give their feedback. And then we're going to get the governance and we'll see what that means. And then we'll get the tokenomics. Now the tokenomics is going to be the big deal for everyone, because that's when we're going to be able to accept or reject their ideas fundamentally. And if we aren't content with the direction, that's going to be the place where we can say no. Yeah, I think it's been quite a long time to develop these documents. It's been almost 3 months. It better be good, huh? It better be good. But let's see. I think from what I'm seeing, it's going to be good. From what I'm seeing, it's going to be good. But it's hard because you take so long to do something, and then it just raises the air of expectation, and so therefore it has to be good now. It can't be bad. But still, we're going to get a forum, so we're going to be able to give our comments. And I think I'm still bullish. Like it makes no difference whether I agree on what's happening or not. Like here, look, James is saying there are good reasons for the delay. Dtravel is much bigger than Dtravel Direct. Our product suite for vacation rental operators. There are some things that need to happen before we release revised TRVL tokenomics. And although you might be tired of waiting now, in the end you'll be happy you did. All right. So this is a promise. Right? In the end you'll be happy you did. So what else can we say? I mean, the bar is set high. Let's wait, let's be patient, and if they say that we're going to be happy, so there's no reason for us to doubt their ideas. Let's see. All right. I'm still buying, I'm still bullish. I mean, it makes no, really, at the end of the day, to me, I'm not really looking at this and going, oh my god, this is sucks or this is good. I'm looking at the charts. My focus are the charts, and when I look at the charts, I'm seeing bullish sentiment. I'm not seeing bearishness, I'm seeing bullishness. I'm seeing consolidation underneath resistance. I'm seeing that we're making higher lows. I'm seeing that the price is being bought, the dips are being bought, and I think the only thing that really concerns me is volume. We need volume. And I think ultimately the volume is going to come in either one of two ways. One would be to get a crazy badass market maker and get this token on all the derivatives platforms and get the traders involved. I think then the volume will come in the context of a bull market. Traders will trade this and they'll push the price up on leverage. Or we just have to wait for the retail to get involved. And that's not going to happen just yet. And so until that happens, we're going to basically possibly have long-term steady growth and accumulation until we get to a place where retail do get involved. And then they'll just be the ones who will take the price up really quickly. That's what retail do. They just buy up, not caring about what price they buy, because in their mind, they're thinking the moon. So that's my little TRVL update. I think when it comes to local price action, I mean, look, we do need to put volume in the lower of this range. We do need to bring the point of control lower. I think that would be a good step. Or we do need to flip this point of control into support. But when you're looking at the BTC chart, we're coming into big support right now. We're coming into a higher time frame range point of control right now. And then if I was to pull the moving averages again, look, I mean, the 50 moving average isn't holding the price, which is a shame, but we're coming back into the 200, and the 200 is still turning. So yeah, let's see what happens. All right. Apologies, I'm going to take one more 5-minute break, and then I'm going to come and have a look at some other altcoins, Doge, ETH, and some others. And it's good taking breaks because you come back and you have another look, another fresh look, and also it means when I come back to edit, I've got these little gaps on the volume on the microphone, so it's easy. It makes my life easier.